Hey guys, so I just got done watching the season premiere of season 11 of the X-Files, and wow, I'm kind of like, woo, still in shock, right? So this video may contain some spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would stop this video right now before I continue, okay? Okay. So, I got about 90% of the video in. I was trying to watch it with a group of X-Files fans while I was streaming. So I have to go back and rewatch it a little bit later. But yeah, it was really totally action-packed. In my opinion, I think it moved a little bit fast, and because, it was Chris Carter directing this episode once again, I feel like there were some really strong points. I thought it was amazing as a fan, but it was like the other My Struggle episodes, it was very, very rushed. There's so much information thrown at you at once, so if you're like me, you'll probably have to go and rewatch it at least a second time just to kind of make sure you get everything. Definitely a lot of Mulder Scully shipper moments. I really loved that as a fan. That was super awesome. But I won't spoil too much for you guys. But yeah, the ending of that episode, like, oh my god. It was revealed that William is apparently Cigarette Smoking Man's son. Because I don't remember the name of the episode, but I guess it was the episode where Scully went with the cigarette smoking man and he drugged her. Apparently that was when he impregnated her. The timing doesn't entirely match up, but if you remember the season 8, Scully was pregnant for like a year, if you include season 7. So she was pregnant for an abysmally long time. So it is the X-Files. I mean, even if the timing isn't right, I mean, that's the way the writing was. So there's still another mythology episode. So it is, a lot of people are speculating that maybe, it was a lie, that maybe he wasn't telling the truth. But I don't know. It seemed pretty serious to me. I don't think, it was something that it was a lie, just the way it was played out. But yeah, that was something that I wasn't expecting at all. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I mean, for like the last 15 years, I mean, we believe that he was Mulder and Scully's child, and he's still related to Mulder, but of course in a very weird way now, right? So that's just really weird. I don't know how that's gonna play out, but I feel like because it was Chris Carter directing it, it was very, very rushed. They had some really good points in there. We don't really see, we see Monica kind of in the same role. We don't really know what's going on. But apparently from what I've read, she's supposed to redeem herself in some way. But I haven't really seen that yet. So, and there's only one other mythology episode. So unless we see her in some other episodes, who knows if she's going to end up redeeming herself or not. I hope so. But we only have one other episode to find out, right? Unless she's in some other ones. But yeah, that was a huge shocker, and it was at the very end. So thank you for sticking with this. I hope you guys have had a chance to see the episode. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on here because I'm like, oh my god, and like, I was driving home from work at the time, and yeah, oh my gosh, right? I'm still like in shock. But yeah, I'm planning to hopefully rewatch the episode a little bit later with my husband. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, that's pretty much like, I'm still a little in shock trying to like put things together in my head. And then we also see Skinner, who's, I guess apparently joined sides with the smoking man. We don't know exactly what happened, but they were in the car, and the cigarette smoking man offered him a deal. Of course, Skinner didn't want to do it. He didn't want to betray Mulder and Scully, but I guess he does. And we see Monica Reyes in there too. So I don't know what's going on with that. I really hope that she does redeem herself, but it was very action-packed. A lot of bad things happening to Scully too. Poor Scully, lots of bad stuff happening to her during this episode. So just be prepared for that if you haven't seen it yet. But if you are a hardcore fan, definitely watch this episode. It's a great episode. It is very rushed. Keep that in mind. The writing does seem a little bit off, but it's a great episode. So definitely give it a chance. And another key thing to know, of course, Mulder is not dying, because My Struggle 2 was Scully's premonition, but at the beginning of My Struggle 3, Mulder doesn't really believe Scully that, she had this premonition. So it's kind of weird how they kind of switched sides. Mulder was kind of the skeptic and Scully was kind of more of the believer in this episode. So that was kind of interesting to kind of see that dynamic change. So I guess, Scully ends up in the hospital bed a couple of different times in this one episode. And we see definitely that Mulder and Scully are much closer than the last couple of episodes. But I really like how this plot panned out, with the last episode being Scully's premonition. Because I don't know how they would have done the other episode. I'm kind of curious if they had any other ideas on how to end it, or how to resolve it. So it does make a lot of sense, and a lot of people had theories on that. So it is Scully's premonition. Mulder doesn't really believe her that all these things are going to happen, that they'll need this, they'll need to save the human race because there's this thing that's going to kill everybody, and it hasn't happened yet. And I guess that's where My Struggle 4 comes in. So we'll see. We have 8 other episodes to get through before we find out what happens. But the good thing to know is that Mulder and Scully's son, I think, is supposed to show up in episode 5 of season 11. Episode 5, and I don't remember the title of it, but he's supposed to show up. And I guess during this whole episode of My Struggle 3, they seem to have this connection. Scully keeps having these visions, and I guess it's William who's trying to give them to her, or they have some sort of connection. And I guess Scully concludes that he will eventually find them and not the other way around. And another thing is Jeffrey Spender makes an appearance, and he's not disfigured like he was when we saw him in season 11. He very much looks like himself, except, older, and you could see a little scarring on his face, and a lot of people were saying that wasn't really believable just because he was so disfigured. But I like to think of it this way. It's taking place technically in 2016 when the series aired, but it is this 2018 now officially, and they are politically the episode is taking place on this political climate, so 2018. And Jeffrey Spender, when he was disfigured, is probably happened in the early 2000s, even probably late 90s. It is 2018 now, so it is definitely possible that technology has advanced enough to where he could have, this very complex, surgical procedure to, have his face changed to look like himself. Because we have his cosmetic surgery has really, plastic surgery has really come a long way. It's been almost 20 years, so that's more believable than the smoking man looking exactly like himself after getting a missile thrown in his face, right? So yeah, that's pretty much just my thoughts on kind of my ramblings on season 11. So I hope you guys liked the episode. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.